How's it going, collectors? Today we've got a new one from my favorite custom group. It is a custom Wolverine, Berserker Wolverine versus Ninjas. Let's check out the art box first. And here you got some cool kind of anime style art of Wolverine going nuts against ninjas. You got the group name and a bunch of ninja bodies. Berserker on the side. Not much to it, looks really cool. He's got arrows and swords all throughout his background on there, so that looks pretty good. Before we get started, if you don't mind, could you like and subscribe and share if possible? And it really helps me get more content out into the algorithm. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's check it out. All right, so on the first section, we have 2 extra switch outs for the left arm, and I've already put the claws in, which are metal, and they have the blood splatter on them. I have seen other collectors who have had problems with the claws sitting in place, and yeah, these are kind of loose. As you can see, that's about as good as you're gonna get it, because I've already had a small breakage on one of the claws. I don't have to show you later, but they're all, the middle one's pretty sturdy, but the 2 outside claws are sitting loose. So I've seen other people have issues with that. Otherwise, the textures on the glove look great. Textures on the arm look great. A lot of detail on that. Muscle anatomy is extremely nice. Veins look good, popping. So that looks really good. This is just a regular arm without any battle damage. And then here you have the severely battle damaged arm. These claws are actually in good. Those are fine. Also, textures look great on this one. This one you can see the heavy battle damage where he's in the process of healing. But he's been ripped apart pretty good. And that is excessive. That blood looks really good. Textures on the hand look great. Look at the inside there. And that's pretty nasty. And you have slots for swords. I'm only going to show one. I think I have 3 or 4 of these. And these go, some go in Wolverine. They're metal as well. Some go in Wolverine and some go in the ninjas. And I have 3 of those. This is just a shoulder pad that goes on his left shoulder. And you had to have this as an extra piece so that you could do the arm switch outs. So that's cool. Then you have arrows I haven't taken out. These arrows also go in, I believe, in Wolverine and the ninjas. That's cool. And then over here you have about 4 or 5 throwing stars. I'm not even sure if you can pick that up, but they go in Wolverine as well. So he's had a pretty difficult time here. And then you have some, that just fell out. You have some little rebar pieces that go at the bottom of the base. I have to figure that out later. And portraits. So you have 3 portraits to choose from. You have the regular with no damage. Detail on that is amazing. Inside of the mouth detail is crazy. I mean, teeth look good, tongue looks good. Textures on the cowl look good. Very nice. Then you have the slight battle damage. Him kind of grimacing. Damage on the cowl. Textures on his face are awesome. Stitching looks good. Everything looks really good on these portraits. And then you have the extreme battle damage portrait where he is pissed. He's going bonkers. Hair ripped out, face ripped up. I mean, that is nasty. Back of the cowl, busted open with his hair coming out, flesh cut open. Yeah, that's pretty sick. And so that will do it for the first section. Let's check out the second. All right, so this is the second box. So first off, you have some hands. I got lucky because I did see a couple of collectors who got these with the hands broken, with the fingers broken off. So got lucky there. These hands go on the ninja that's hanging off of the base. See a little blood splatter. Nice attention to detail on them. They look good. This, I think every statue with multiple portraits should have one of these. This is a portrait base, like a little samurai, Japanese inspired demon. I'm not sure what you would call it, gargoyle. And portraits go here. So that's cool. It came with these earrings already put on, so you wouldn't have to sit through that. There's a foot or a leg, half a leg. This is also for one of the ninjas. They added this extra so that it wouldn't break off, and that looks cool. Very nice. I mean, they went through the attention to detail so much that they put the little rivets where the rope actually ties into the bottom of the shoe. So that's pretty cool. And I don't know where that came from. Okay, here. Base is way too heavy for me to try to pick up and show without potentially breaking something, but you can see the battle damage all over the ninjas, and it's like that all the way around. And I'll show that more in close-ups. And then here you have Wolverine's body. So I'll show you firstly, I had a break on this last claw, the little gray here that holds in at the top where the claw slides in, that just completely broke off. I was able to glue it back because I don't think there's anything that could have been done since this is all one piece. So I did the best I could with it. Of course, I'm scared if I ever try to box it back up and take that out, that piece is gonna probably pop back off, but hopefully not, who knows. But otherwise, this is incredible. Really, really awesome. Detail is nuts. You see these holes all over his body, and that's where the weapons will be inserted into him, show his injuries. Belt looks good, arm looks good. Everything about this looks great. So we're not gonna waste a lot more time. We'll put them together. Let's check them out. Put that back in there without hitting that glove. Don't touch that glove. Alrighty, let's put them together. All right, so as you can see, I've already set Wolverine up and put the large amount of weapons that go into his body. I've already put him in because it was kind of a nightmare. I didn't want to make you guys suffer through that. I actually had to go back and watch another collector's video to see where they went, because it was just, I was catching hell with it. So shout out to Carl over at Unboxing Bros. I had to check his video out to actually see where everything went. But I got him in, everything seems to be holding in place. As you can see, you got swords here in the ninja. You got a sword in the back of a ninja here, stars all over him, riddled with arrows, stars, a sword in his back. And here's where your hands go for this ninja. Right one here, left one here. And get that in. And then you have a leg for this particular, is this? Yeah, for this guy hanging off. Let me see, where is it? Oh, okay. And you see if that goes there. And then you can do, let's do the clean arm first, which just felt something wiggle around in there. There's so much stuff protruding around everywhere. You got to be careful. Yep, I had a claw fall out and a star fall out. There we go. And this arm is not going all the way in. I don't know why. Put it in before. You got to kind of give it a little shove. And then his shoulder pad here. And then let me see if I can get this claw back in without breaking it. These are extremely delicate. I got it in. I'm not going to shove it real far. And that's the clean arm. Let's go with the clean arm and clean portrait. And that's, oh, well, I had this start, it fell out. Where does he go? And there it is. That is pretty awesome. And that is the clean portrait with the clean arm. So let's go with the, oh no, that is not the clean portrait, I'm sorry. This was the slightly damaged portrait. Here's the clean portrait. There we go. That's the clean portrait. Sorry about that. With the clean arm. And then the one you saw before there was the one with slight damage. And then let's go with the heavily damaged portrait. And you have to take the shoulder pad back off and wiggle this arm out, hopefully without a claw popping off again. Now the arm doesn't want to come out. Like, Jesus Christ. You never want to just yank on this stuff. Boy. Yep, that doesn't want to come out at all. And there goes my claw. Got him. Worry about that later. Those claws are sketchy, man. And let's do the battle damage. These claws are a lot more sturdy. And there's the battle damaged arm with the battle damage, heavily battle damaged portrait. And all in all, it looks good. And then of course here you have your portrait stand. And that turned out really, really nice. It's just one of those pieces where it looks extremely good, but once you have it sitting somewhere, you just got to be careful. Don't move it around. Don't let anybody bump into it or stuff's going to fall off. And I'm sure it's a quality control issue with the factory. Nothing against the group. They put out great work. So I am very happy with that. I cannot decide. I mean, I guess with a piece this brutal, you have to pose them with the heavily battle damaged stuff, but I kind of like the slightly battle damaged portrait more than just the one where half his face is ripped off. But this is definitely not a PG statue. This is some sick shit. Let's get some close-ups and check it out. All right, so that'll do it. I actually just had a star just pop out of his arm by itself, so that's cool. But anyway, you had some little quirks here and there, some issues with the weaponry not fitting into these little small holes, but nothing big. I'm real happy with it. The detail is absolutely insane. It's bloody and beautiful. I had been wanting a Wolverine for a while, but I was so stuck on his stature being so low, and low bases with a small character just made him look so small next to a lot of your larger characters. So I had been waiting for something where he was at least elevated, so it brought his height and size up. So this knocked it out the park. So I'm real happy with it. And then I like the fact that you also have the this edition, the base, the portrait base. So that's very cool. So anyways, thanks for stopping by and checking out my stuff. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll get some more content out as soon as possible. Keep collecting. I'll do the same. Peace.
Two cricket dogs.